Started where we at 5 minutes. Okay, so welcome to the second Twitch video. We're looking at worksheet number 2 today, first and second declension nouns. So a couple things we need to remember when we're doing this. Number 1, okay, we need to get the stem of the word, and while we're doing that, we also need to think about what declension that word is so we know what kinds of endings we can put on it. So when we look at dominus, domini, hey, Jaden. When we look at dominus, domini, we have to think about the declension and we have to think about the stem. And both of those can be found from this form, right? From the genitive form. So we're going to go to dominus, domini. What do I have? What kind of a noun if it's domini in the genitive? What declension is that? How's the lag on the stream? I haven't dropped any frames yet, but it might be a little bit laggy. So you guys can keep throwing answers at me in the chat, but I'm gonna keep the train moving. Okay. So domini is a second declension noun. I know that because of the letter I here at the end. Hey, Amy. So the stem of this word is going to be domine, right? And then ablative singular, the ending for ablative singular is domino. Okay. How do I know it's domino? Well, I do know all my declensions, but also I'm always thinking about patterns, right? Ablative singular always is a vowel. Okay, it's always just a vowel by itself. Ager, agri, second declension noun, right? Another situation where you have to make sure you get the stem right. The stem is agr, right? A-G-R. And when I think about accusative plural, right, in my brain, all the accusative plurals have that S at the end, with the exception of neuters. So for second, it is agros, okay? Aqua, aquae, right? This is, of course, a feminine first declension noun. So my stem is aku. And this one asks me for the dative singular. And I'm just going to have to tell you right now how I feel about the dative case. I don't like the dative case. Dative case is not my favorite. In fact, it is my least favorite of all the cases for a variety of reasons. Number 1, it's just not that important. It doesn't show up as often as the other cases. And number 2, the pattern for dative singular is not so, it's not very friendly, right? It's always vowels. Every dative singular is going to end with a vowel or a diphthong, which is multiple vowels kind of struck together into one sound, but it's not as neat of a pattern as the other cases. The dative singular for first declension happens to be I, right? A-E. Second declension, it's E. It's O. Third declension, it's E. Fourth declension, it's OOI. And fifth declension, it's AE. Hey. I assume that's Mark. I think we're having a little bit of a lag issue. Oh, and that's not too bad. So Mark, if you want to be throwing answers into the chat, you're more than welcome. Donum doni is second declension. It is a neuter noun, so immediately my spidey senses start to tingle, okay? When I see neuter, nominative and accusative are where things are going to get a little bit wonky. In this one, it's only genitive plural, so I can let my neuter, senses kind of sit this one out. Genitive plural is always aurum, aurum, arum. There is kind of a pattern to it. So for second declension, we have donorum, okay? If it were first declension, it would be aurum. So aurum and aurum. Servus, servi, this is another second declension word. So we get our stem, which is ser. We get that from the genitive. And then dative singular for second declension, that's going to be servo, okay? Yeah, I think we're running a little bit of a delay, Mark. My apologies. Hopefully the quality's okay. It's just delayed a little bit. Liber libri. Oh, that's okay. libri is second declension. Okay, we have to make sure we get the stem right, so we go to the genitive. But this one is just asking us for the genitive, so the work is already done for us, right? It's already there. Stem is libri, and then we add our libri. Okay, for second. Poeta. This is first declension, right? We want nominative plural. Be very careful. This is not the nominative plural. This is the genitive singular. But it also happens to be the nominative plural for this declension. So don't be fooled into thinking that that second form is plural. It's not. It's actually genitive singular, but in some declensions, it's also the nominative plural. So for poeta, we have our stem poet. Right? That's easy enough. And then we add our AE to make it nominative plural. Deus, dei, that is second declension, and we're looking for ablative plural. So we get our stem, which is... Sounds good, Ronan. Good. Thanks for stopping in. So we have our deis. I see you, Mark. Excellent. Mark, what are my options for ablatives? For ablative plurals especially. There's really only a couple of options that I got. Yeah, math is not going to be right now, but it might be starting at 12:15. I think we're in lunch right now. Just so everybody knows. Okay. Yeah, we got is, ibus, or abus. They're all pretty much the same. Yeah, we're currently in lunch. I just ate my lunch. We're weary masculine is my own. Okay, we're going for accusative singular, so thinking second declension on this word. We're weary. My stem is weir. And I think about my ending. What is my accusative singular ending in the second declension? I assume those are answers. Yep. And again, always think in patterns across the declensions. First declension is second declension is third declension is m, fourth declension is fifth declension is m. Right? We want to be seeing those patterns because that's going to make our reading ability a lot better. Concilium, concilii is second declension, and it is neuter. So the alarm bells start to go off because neuter means something's weird, something's weird, something's weird. And neuter is weird in the nominative and the accusative. Oh God, it's nominative. Now it's like the 5-alarm fire is going off, right? Plural nominative for a neuter word, you know it, right? It's going to be concilia. That ending is your nominative plural and your accusative plural. Concilium, concilia. Okay? Datum, data. Verbum, verba. So whenever you see a neuter word, be ready. Okay? Victoria, victoriae, feminine, that is victory, first declension, ablative singular, easy money. Victory. What's my ablative singular ending? And I know you might not be able to type long marks, but that's okay. Ooh, we can type long marks. Fantastic. Okay. Victoria. Me too! I use the Maori keyboard. It's the easiest way to do it. Do you press the little tilde, the little squiggly, and then you push the vowel? You get it. Yeah, it's awesome. It makes it super easy. Verbum verbi, neuter, neuter. So it's second declension, but it's dative plural, so we're not worried about neuter. Dative plurals are always the same as ablative plurals. So if ablative plurals are is or ibus or abus, well, dative plurals are either is, ibus, or abus. Okay, so we got verb is my stem, and then dative plural for second declension is going to be is, verbis. Scola, scolae, feminine, that is first declension. Genitive singular, we should never get genitive singular wrong because it is given to you in the dictionary entry. So, scoli. Ablative plural for ferum, feri, neuter, alarms. But it's ablative, so we're not too concerned. Oh, don't do that. I gotta turn that off. Thank you, though. This is gonna be ferro. Okay, ferro. For ablative singular, ferro is iron, right? Or a sword, or a tool that's made out of iron. Has a lot of different meanings. Okay. And last one, opulus, opuli, the rare, feminine, second declension, right? It does not change the endings at all. So don't even worry about the fact that it's feminine. It's just a second declension word that is not neuter, okay? So what would my nominative plural form be for opulus? Opulus would be opuli. So if you had many maple trees, you would have multi opuli, right? It's still going to be opuli. All right, Amy, have fun. Okay. So that's what we have up here. So just, being able to change those words into those particular forms. That's what I'm going to be asking you to do a lot this year. Sometimes I'll give you the charts just to kind of use that as practice. But as I said in class, we want to avoid getting stuck in the charts, right? So we have second declension, ager. Nominative and genitive are always given. Okay, so we should never get those wrong, right? Ager, agree. But I want you to feel comfortable kind of moving around and going to different boxes. So ager, nominative singular. Agree, nominative plural. Agree, genitive singular. Agrorum, genitive plural. Agro, dative singular. Agris, dative plural. Agrum, accusative singular. Agros, accusative plural. Agro, ablative singular. Agris, ablative plural. Hey, Sebastian. So be ready to fill these out in, in different orders. Okay, don't be so locked in where you have to go down the chart, right? And always, always, always be thinking about those patterns. Is and is, right? Dative and ablative plural. Os for accusative plural. Os, as, ace, us. Okay. For the accusative singular. Em, Okay. Femina. So my stem is femin. I forgot to bold these. And that is, of course, a first declension noun, or as you guys know them, easy money. We're going to do this one backwards. So we're going to go femin. I'm just going to copy this for my own sanity. We're going to go feminis, feminas, feminis, feminarum, and feminae. Right? We're going backwards because we can, right? Because we know these forms independent of one another. Right? When we do the ablatives over here, we've got femina, feminam, feminae, feminae, and femina. I have a feeling first declension is not a problem. Okay, that one usually gets stuck after 6 a year. Verbum verbi neuter. Okay, be ready, ready. Okay, so for a neuter word, we're always thinking about two cases that are going to be a little bit different from what we would expect. Right, so this is second declension, but it is neuter. Be ready, ready. So the nominative verbum is always going to be the same as the accusative verbum. And the plurals are always going to end in A. Werba and werba. So we fill those in just so we don't forget, okay? And then we go back and fill in all of our other forms. So let's start here. Werbo and werbis, right, for my ablative forms. Werbo, werbis for my dative forms. Verbi and verborum for my genitive forms. I'm literally just going at random, okay? And that's how you want to be able to do this. You want to be able to fill in any form at any time. That way when you see one in a sentence, you recognize it. Any form, anytime. So verbum, verbi, verbo, verbum, verbo, verba, verborum, verbis, verba, verbis. Oh, first declension. This is too easy. We is my stem, right? Vi. Whoops. Whoops, whoops. That's not a declension. That's a declension. Okay. First declension, easy money. Too easy. All right, let's spell these backwards. I don't know how much more exciting you can be. Sure. Definitely gonna mess this up. S. Oops. Ease. We ease. Oh God, spelling backwards is tough. Autumn. We autumn. And so many keystrokes. There we go. And we'll do these, I don't know, starting with the middle, and then that, and then that. I don't know. You run out of ways to make this exciting when you do it too many times. Vi. There we go. M. And I don't know. Vi. There we go. So I arm isasis. Easy, easy. Wheezy. And last but not least, we have wanus wani. What declension is wanus wani? The worksheet can be found on the post from Monday. Turning in the assignment is not going to happen until tomorrow, because I haven't taught everybody yet. Okay, so you'll be able to turn it in. Whoops, the stem is not second, the stem is one. And the declension, two ends, the declension is second. So now, does it matter that it's feminine? Is that feminine thing going to affect my declension? The answer is, of course, no. Wanus, wani, wano, wanum, wano, wani, wanorum, wanis, wanos, wanis. Doesn't change it at all. Because there are no feminine endings, right? First declension is not feminine endings. First declension is first declension. And second declension is second declension. And third declension is third declension. So you want to always kind of, remember that declension and gender are two separate things. You don't want to conflate the two in your brain. So wanus, feminine, is going to decline just like oculus, masculine, just like servus, masculine, because they're all in the same declension. Okay? So that's about as much as we can say about first and second declension. Okay, obviously we're going to talk more about how to use them and how to read them and translate them and all that good stuff. But when it comes to the forms, it's just practice. Once you get them under your belt, they're there and hopefully they stick. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video here because I got a class in about 10 minutes. So this will be a nice short one. And the homework assignment will be, the window to turn in the homework assignment will be up tomorrow. So hopefully you have watched this video before you turn it in. Does Mr. Weatherby give hard tests? Mr. Weatherby gives fair tests. Mr. Weatherby is a very fair teacher. I have no idea what tests are going to look like in this world, so I can't answer that in our current situation. Can I scroll up? You know, my dude, there's an amazing thing you can do after this video, and that is to rewatch the stream. So if you come late, you're very welcome. If you ever come late, right, you just gotta get what you can get, and then you can go back and rewatch the stream later. But if somebody shows up in the last 5 minutes, right, I can't go back and do everything. But once the video is up, you can watch the whole thing at your own pace. Okay. So I'll be nice and do a little mini scroll here for you. I just need 1, 2, and 3. See, now you're bargaining with me. And I'm setting a precedent in the future that when people ask me to do that, I'm going to tell them no. So I'm going to be very nice with you the first time so you can see them. But in the future, right, I want to cut these videos down so that I can get them out to the people. Okay? So I'm going to cut it here. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a good one.